Imagine waking up on a Monday morning, no alarm, no commute, no meeting at 9 a.m. that you're already dreading. You check your phone, not for work emails, but because you want to. You make coffee, you sit down, and you realize that today, like every day this month, your bills are paid. Not by your labor, not by trading your hours for someone else's profit, by your money. Your money worked while you slept. Your money covered the rent, the groceries, the insurance, the utilities, and all you had to do was exist. That scenario isn't a fantasy, it's math. Specific, calculable, reachable math. And the reason most people believe it's unreachable, that it's only for trust fund kids or tech millionaires, is because nobody ever showed them the actual equation, not the vague save and invest advice. The literal calculation, how much money, generating how much income to cover how much spending, 3 numbers. And when you see all 3 together, something clicks, because the goal isn't as far away as the system wants you to believe. Here's the part that changes everything. The amount you need to live off passive income is almost certainly lower than the number in your head right now. And the timeline to get there, also shorter, by years, possibly by decades. And the reason nobody teaches you this, the reason they don't want you to know, is that the entire economic system runs on your labor. Employers, advertisers, lenders, and service providers all depend on you showing up to work Monday through Friday for 40 years. The moment you don't need to, their leverage disappears. And that's worth understanding. My name is Max, and I want to help you learn how to make your money work more for you in your life. This channel is about mapping the exact path from where you are to where your money does the work. Not theory, not motivation. The actual math, the actual strategy, and the actual timeline. If you want to see the roadmap, subscribe, because this is the most important one we've built. So here's the conventional belief about passive income. You need millions of dollars. And depending on your lifestyle, that might be true. But for most people watching this, people earning $50,000 to $80,000 who live reasonably, the number is dramatically lower. Because passive income isn't about how much money you have. It's about the relationship between 2 numbers, your annual expenses and your portfolio's annual income. The equation is simple. Take your annual expenses, divide by your safe withdrawal rate. That's your number. That's how much money you need invested to never work again. And the safe withdrawal rate, backed by decades of research, including the famous Trinity study, is approximately 4% for a standard retirement timeline and 3.5% for an earlier, longer retirement. Let me make this concrete. If your annual expenses are $40,000, you divide by 0.04. Your number is $1 million. If your annual expenses are $30,000, your number is $750,000. If your annual expenses are $50,000, your number is $1,250,000. Now, you might be thinking, $1 million, that's still a huge number. And it is. But here's the reframe that changes the game. You don't control how fast the market grows, but you absolutely control your annual expenses. And every $100 per month you reduce your expenses lowers your passive income target by $30,000. Read that again. Cutting $100 per month from your spending, 1 canceled subscription, 1 downgraded service, 1 home-cooked meal per week, reduces the amount you need to achieve financial independence by $30,000. That's the most powerful lever in the entire equation, and almost nobody pulls it. Think about the whole concept with this analogy. Imagine you're filling a bathtub. The water level represents your portfolio. The faucet represents your contributions, and the drain represents your expenses in retirement. Most people focus entirely on making the faucet bigger, earning more, saving more, investing more. And the faucet matters, but they completely ignore the drain. And here's the thing about drains. Making the drain smaller has exactly the same effect as making the faucet bigger, except it's easier, faster, and it works on both sides of the equation simultaneously. A smaller drain means you need less water to fill the tub and less water flowing out once it's full. Reducing expenses doesn't just get you to financial independence faster, it makes financial independence require less money. That double effect is the secret weapon that nobody talks about. Let me make this even more concrete with 3 expense scenarios. Person A spends $50,000 per year and needs $1,250,000 at the 4% rule. Person B spends $40,000 per year and needs $1 million. Person C spends $30,000 per year and needs $750,000. The gap between person A and person C isn't just $20,000 per year in spending. It's $500,000 less they need to accumulate. And the extra $833 per month, $10,000 per year, that person C saves compared to person B, that's additional investment fuel that accelerates the timeline. Person C needs less money and gets there faster. That's the double effect in action. Expense reduction is the most powerful lever in the passive income equation, and it's the one that's entirely under your control. But here's where it gets really interesting. The psychology of passive income is where most people get stuck, not the math, because the math says it's achievable, but the brain says it's impossible. And there are 2 specific psychological barriers that prevent people from even starting the journey. Barrier 1 is what psychologists call temporal discounting, the tendency to dramatically undervalue future rewards compared to present ones. Your brain treats financial independence in 15 years as essentially worthless compared to a nice dinner tonight. This isn't a character flaw. It's an evolutionary feature. Brains that prioritized immediate rewards survived longer in environments where the future was uncertain. But in a modern financial context, temporal discounting is the single biggest obstacle to building passive income. Because every dollar invested today is a dollar your brain wants to spend right now. Barrier 2 is identity foreclosure, the inability to imagine a version of yourself that doesn't trade time for money. If you've worked a job since you were 16, your identity is built around working. I'm a job title. I work at company. And imagining a life where work is optional feels threatening to that identity. Not exciting, threatening. Because if you're not your job, who are you? This identity barrier keeps people invested in the system, even when the math says they don't have to be. Breaking both barriers requires the same thing: visible progress. Every $10,000 you accumulate weakens temporal discounting because the future starts looking real. Every year of investment returns weakens identity foreclosure because investor starts becoming part of who you are. The barriers don't disappear through willpower. They dissolve through evidence. Now let me show you the timeline because this is where it gets exciting. Let's say your annual expenses are $40,000. Your passive income target is $1 million at a 4% withdrawal rate. You're investing $1,000 per month at 8% average annual returns. You cross $100,000 at approximately year 7. At this point, your portfolio generates about $8,000 per year, covering 20% of your expenses passively. 1/5 of your life is already funded by your money. You cross $250,000 at approximately year 13. Your portfolio generates $20,000 per year, half your expenses. You could theoretically work part-time and cover the rest. You're half free. You cross $500,000 at approximately year 19. Your portfolio generates $40,000 per year. Your entire annual expenses at a 4% withdrawal rate. Mathematically, you could stop working. You're there. Now watch the acceleration. The first $100,000 took 7 years. The next $150,000 took 6 years. The next $250,000 took 6 years. But the journey from $500,000 to $750,000, only about 4 years. And from $750,000 to $1 million, roughly 3.5. The compounding curve gets steeper with every milestone. Your money is doing more of the work while you contribute the same amount. By year 19, your investment returns are contributing more per month than your $1,000 monthly contribution. You become the minority partner in your own wealth building. Your money is the majority partner. And that's the inflection point where passive income transitions from concept to reality. Wait, $500,000? I said the target was $1 million. Here's the subtlety. At $500,000 with a 4% withdrawal rate, your passive income exactly covers $20,000. But if during those 19 years you've also reduced your expenses from $40,000 to $30,000, which is realistic through the habit optimization you've built, then your target drops to $750,000. And at $750,000 with a 3.5% withdrawal rate, appropriate for early retirement, your safe passive income is $26,250. Still below $30,000, but close enough that a tiny amount of flexible work closes the gap. The point is, the target isn't a fixed mountain, it's a sliding scale that moves in your favor as your habits improve. The person who starts the journey at $40,000 in expenses almost always arrives at the finish line with $30,000 to $35,000 in expenses, because the habits that build the portfolio also compress the spending. The mountain shrinks while you climb. Now you might be thinking, 19 years is still a long time. And it is. But consider two things. First, 19 years passes regardless. The only question is whether you arrive at year 19 with a $500,000 to $750,000 portfolio and genuine options, or with nothing and 30 more years of mandatory work ahead. Second, you don't have to wait 19 years to start feeling the effects. Every milestone along the way provides increasing freedom. And this is the part most people miss. The person at year 7 with $100,000 invested isn't financially independent, but they're fundamentally different from the person at year 0. They have options. They have security. They have the confidence of someone whose money works for them, not just in theory, but in visible monthly returns. And that confidence changes everything about how they navigate career, spending, and life decisions. At $100,000, you negotiate differently because losing your job isn't catastrophic. At $250,000, you might take a year off to pursue a project because your portfolio covers half your expenses. At $400,000, you might transition from full-time to consulting because the gap between passive income and expenses is small enough to bridge with flexible work. Each milestone creates more freedom, not all or nothing, but incrementally, tangibly, year by year. The identity shift along this journey is profound. At year 0, you identify as an employee. At year 7, you identify as an investor who also works. At year 13, you identify as someone who works by choice, not necessity. And at year 19, or whenever you cross your number, you identify as financially independent. That progression doesn't happen in a single leap. It happens through years of contributing, compounding, and watching your relationship with work slowly, permanently transform. Here's what the journey looks like in specific life scenarios. Year 5, with $75,000 invested, your company goes through a restructuring. Instead of clinging to your position, you use the moment to negotiate a severance package and take 3 months off to explore a career pivot. Your portfolio's passive income plus the severance gives you a runway most people don't have. You emerge in a role that pays 20% more and aligns better with your skills. The portfolio didn't replace your income. It gave you the runway to improve it. Year 10, with $180,000 invested, your portfolio generates about $14,400 per year, $1,200 per month. You realize that your portfolio's monthly contribution to your life is larger than your car payment. Your money is literally earning more than your car costs. That realization that your investments have surpassed a major expense is the moment passive income stops being theoretical and starts being real. Year 15, with $340,000 invested, you're approached about a business opportunity that would require 6 months of unpaid development time. Without the portfolio, this is impossible. With $340,000 generating $27,200 per year, you can cover roughly 70% of your expenses during the development phase. The business launches. It generates an additional $15,000 per year. Your passive income now comes from 2 sources, investments and the business. The portfolio didn't just fund the opportunity, it created it. And the career power shift over these years compounds in ways that are almost unfair. At every stage of the journey, you negotiate from increasing strength. Your financial dependency on your employer decreases every year, and that decreasing dependency makes you, paradoxically, more valuable to employers. Because people who don't desperately need their jobs tend to be more creative, more honest, more willing to take smart risks, and more focused on doing excellent work rather than just keeping their positions. The best employees are often the ones who could leave at any time. Research supports this. Employees with financial security consistently outperform those without it on measures of creativity, initiative, and leadership, which means the journey to passive income doesn't just buy you freedom at the end. It improves your career performance at every stage along the way. The passive income path is also the career acceleration path. They're the same road. Now, I have to warn you about the two mistakes that derail more passive income journeys than anything else. Mistake one is lifestyle inflation that outpaces investment growth. If your expenses grow faster than your portfolio, the target moves further away, not closer. Every $200 per month increase in spending adds $60,000 to your target number. $200 a month, a nicer apartment, a car upgrade, a few subscription additions, can add 5 years to your timeline. The math is unforgiving on this point. Control expenses or extend the timeline. There is no third option. Mistake two is chasing passive income shortcuts, dropshipping courses, crypto day trading, high-yield schemes that promise 20% returns. These aren't passive income strategies. They're gambling strategies with marketing budgets. Real passive income is boring. It's index funds compounding at 8% for 15 to 20 years. It's dividends reinvested quarter after quarter. It's a portfolio that grows not because you're clever, but because you're patient. The person who gets rich from passive income isn't the person who found a shortcut. It's the person who walked the boring road longer than everyone else. That's not sacrifice. That's strategy. And boring strategy that works will always outperform exciting strategy that doesn't. So here's how I want you to think about this. Living off passive income isn't a dream. It's a math problem. And math problems have solutions. Your solution has 3 variables: your annual expenses, your monthly contribution, and time. Reduce the expenses. Maximize the contribution and let time do the heavy lifting. The system doesn't want you to know this because the system needs your labor. Your employer needs you showing up. Advertisers need you spending. Lenders need you borrowing. And all of them benefit from you believing that financial independence is for other people. It's not. It's for anyone who can do the math, build the habits, and walk the boring road. And now you have the equation, the timeline, and the roadmap. The only question left is whether you start. Not tomorrow. Not when things settle down. This month. 1 automated transfer. 1 investment account. 1 step on a road that leads to a Monday morning where the alarm doesn't ring, because it doesn't need to. Here's the math on starting now versus starting in 5 years. If you begin investing $1,000 per month today at age 25, you reach $500,000 by roughly age 44. If you wait until age 30, you don't reach $500,000 until about age 49. 5 years of delay cost you 5 years of freedom. The 5 years between 44 and 49 when you could have been living on your terms, those aren't abstract years. They're real years. Years of health, energy, and possibility that you traded for 5 more years of mandatory labor. The cost of waiting isn't money. It's life. That Monday is real. It's calculable. And it's closer than you think. Start walking.